Hello, good morning grade 10. Today we're now going to discuss the chapter 9 of your mathematics subject, which is the compound elements. Okay, so this is our topic for today. If you still remember, during your grade 7 mathematics, you encounter this type of subject or this type of topic in mathematics, which is the set theory. So we're going to look back on that particular topic because it was discussed here. Dito nga lang sa part na ito, medyo complex dito, no? Kasi in grade 7 mathematics, when you encounter set, it's so very easy. Hindi siya masyadong complex. But this time, we're going to discuss this and look back kung paano natin nagawa yun. Let's say our problem is, we're going to use a Venn diagram to illustrate the following. So, in number 1, we have A union B. C, disjoint or commonality of A and C. This one, the complement of A. And in number 4, union of C and B, but it should be null set. Okay. Now, before we go on to solve these numbers, we're going to find first what are the given. Okay, these are the given in the following problem. The universal set contains the following letters A from J, letters A to J. And set A contains B, D, F, H, and J. Set B contains A, C, E, G, and I. Set C contains the elements B and E. And set D contains the elements F, G, H, I, and J. So let's begin. Now, pag sinabi natin A, union B, ibig sabihin we're going to combine all the elements that has in A and also in B. So, tingnan natin yung mga elements na nasa A. Ano yung mga elements na nasa A? So, that's B, D, F, H, and J. And then, yung elements na nasa letter B is A, C, E, G, and I. So, pag kinumbine natin yung mga elements na ito, kailangan na alphabetical din siya. So, we're going to write this as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Or, shall we say, kung titignan nyo yan, anong set dyan yung ganito rin yung laman. Diba that's the universal set? So it's also the same with the universal set. But the problem is, we have to illustrate this using the Venn diagram. Now, kung Venn diagram, gamit tayo yung dalawang circle. So that's the first circle and the second circle. So let's go to the SA, ito naman is yung B. Now, tingnan natin muna, meron ba silang common? May common ba sila? A and B? Kasi mayroon ba silang common elements? Di ba? Wala yan. So, we're going to write down the elements in A. So, that's B, D, F, H, and J. Now, for B, we have A, C, E, G, and I. Okay, now, question, possible ba na mag-unite, na mag-union ng dalawang set na walang commonality? Possible yon. Kasi pinag-uusapan lang natin is yung union na. And then we're going to shade both of them. Yan. So it means that the two sets united and their common elements contains these elements from A to J and also known as the universal set. So that's the first problem. Okay, now let's solve number 2. What is in number 2? In number 2, we have A, commonality of A and C. Commonality of A and C. Okay, so let us look at the elements found in A. Yan natin muna. So it's B, D, F, H, J. What about in C? That's B and E. Ngayon tingnan natin, ano ang common na elements na matagpuan sa A and C? Diba? Kasi nga commonality daw or disjoint or joint. So that is only element B. So yan lang yun. Now, how are we going to illustrate it using the Venn diagram? So if this is a circle of A and this is C, now ilagay natin muna yung commonality niya sa gitna. That's B. Yan. And then, we write down all the elements found in A. So, may binag dyan, so that's D, F, H, and J. Yan. And then what about in C? Dito yung E. Then paano mo ipapakita yon? So you're going to shade the middle part. Yan. It means that the commonality of A and C is element B. And you're going to shade the overlapping part of that circle A and C. Okay? Okay, that is for number 2. Now let's go on number 3. The complement of A. Yan, complement of A, or known as A prime. A prime. Ngayon, saan kakakuha ng comparison nito? Okay. So, sa complement of A, pinag-uusapan natin, ano ba ibig sabihin ng complement? Parang bigay sa'yo. Bigay. Complement, di ba? So, you're going to compare the elements found in universal set versus A. Now, ang gagawin mo dyan is, tanggalin mo yung mga element na nasa A. Yung matitira, yun ang mapupunta sa complement ng A. Okay. Cross natin ito. Ito. Yan. Diba wala na yan. Kasi may yan sa A. D. F. H. Then J. So, ano yung mga natira sa universal set? Yun yung mapupunta sa complement of A. So, that is A. C. Tapos E. Tapos, ano ba? G. Then, I. Yan. So that is. Anong kapareho nitong elements? Anong pareho nitong set dyan? Di ba yung B? Pareho nila. Okay. Now, how are we going to illustrate this? So, ganito yan. You're going to write down the box. Because the box symbolizes for the complement or for the universal set. And you're going to write down the circle here. This circle symbolizes the A complement. So, ilagay mo lahat ng mga elements sa A complement. It's A, C, E, G, I. And the rest ng mga letter, nasa labas siya ng universal set. Yung matatagpuan mo sa A. Sa A ha, that's B, D, F, H, and J. So that's how we're going to illustrate using the diagram. Okay? Ito na mabuti. Okay, now let's go with exercise number 3 or question number 3 or number 4 rather. So, ano naman ibig sabihin nito? So, C, union of D, but this time, siya ay null set. So, gagawin mo is gagawa ka nila, hindi mo yan pwede mong illustrate eh, kasi null set na nga. So, you have to do is to draw a two circle. This time, hindi sila kailangan, hindi sila overlap. Kasi, take note, null set sila. So, this is C and this is D. You're going to write down all the elements in C that contains B and E. And what about in D? That's F, G, H, I, and J. So that is. So there is no overlapping. There are elements both in set C and D because these two is known as exclusivity of event. Exclusivity. Exclusivity of an event. Yan. Sabihin, magkaiba sila ng set, but there's no possibility that can be united, and there's no possibility that has commonality. Parang ano lang yan, you're celebrating your own and the other one is celebrating your own, but there's no relationship at all. Okay, that's the exclusivity of an event. Okay? Let's go now to the next topic, which is the probabilities of an event. Now, a problem goes like this. A two pair of dice are tossed, and X is the sum of numbers which come up. Find the indicated probabilities. Now, let's sabi daw, magtutos ka ng dalawang dice. Now, kapag nag-up sila, titignan mo yung mga sum. Ano ang possibility na yung dalawang dice na ito is makakuha ka ng sum na 9? Or makakuha ka ng sum na 3, or makakuha ka ng sum na less than equal or to 7. And the last one is ang something that is greater than equal to 11. So before we go on to that, let us first have what we call the sample space for a 2 dice that you're going to toss. So ito yun, di ba? So these are what we call the sample space. The sample space for a 2 dice. For 2 dice tossed. Now, bibilangin natin. So ilan expected event ito? Ang outcome. Outcome is equivalent to 36. Diba? Pag binilang mo yan, that's 36. Now, how are we going to solve this one? So, probability that the sum is equals to 9. Yan, ganyan. So remember that event is over outcome. Yan ang formula natin dyan. Now, titingnan niyo siya dito. Tingnan natin dito yung mga numbers na dalawa na ang sum nila is 9. Diba ito yun? 6, 3, 5, 4, 4, 5, and 3, 6. So yan lang sila. Yan lang apat na yan. So that's 4. Ilan lahat ng outcome? That's 36. So yung divide mo yan, that's 1 over 9. That's 1 over 9. And that will be the expected event. Or shall we say, if we're going to make it a probability or percent, just only divide 1 divided by 9 and then times 100. And that is 11.11% probabilities. Now what about this one? P, the sum is x is equals to 3. Yan. So, event over outcome. Tingnan natin din yung may sum na 3. So ito lang yan. 2, 1, and 1, 2. That's only 3. So that's 2. 2 over 36. Or shall we say 1 over 18. And then divide natin yan. 1 divided by 18 times 100. That is 5.56% probabilities. What about this one, number 3? Probabilities that the sum is less than equal to 7. Analyze natin. Ano yung mga numbers na less than equal to 7? Hanapin mo muna yung 7 ang sum. So ito yun. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. Yung part na yan. Sabi guys, dan, so sabihin lahat na nandoon. So, i-count natin siya. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So, it's 21. Or shall we say, E over O expected event is 21 over 36. So, this is divisible by 3. 7 over 9. Kaya ba? 7 over 9 yan. No. 3 by 7, ito naman ay 12. Yan, 7 over 12. Divide lang natin siya. 21 divided by 36 times 100. So that's 58.33. 0.33% probability. And lastly, we have probabilities that the sum is greater than equal to 11. Greater than equal to 11. Hanapin mo dyan yung merong sum na 11. So ito. Greater than, diba? So yun silang tatlo lang. Kasi 11. Greater than is yan isa. So that's 3. So 3 over 36. Or shall we say this is 1 over 12. And divide natin 3 divided by 36 times 100. That's 8.33%. So that's how are you going to solve it.